sometimes you have to sit people down and say, okay, let's do this step by step. So now you can
Yeah.
feel and see it for your own self versus just
Yeah.
going on like what you see in the headlines. So, we got a lot of work to do, we got a lot of work to do, but I love it. I enjoy it. Like every time there's
I
something new
do.
that comes out, I'm like, oh my God, but what is it about? Like I need to like learn about it. So I think you just have to be a learner at the end of the day to really just appreciate all the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, definitely have to be a life learner because there are a lot of curveballs when it comes to AI, and there are a lot of softwares that have integrated AI into their softwares. So if you don't understand like the basic foundation of what an AI is, it's constantly learning,
Hmm.
and that that's something that you have to like understand. Then you can, because it gets better. So if you take, for instance, ChatGPT, it's constantly learning. So you put in something, it was like, oh, it doesn't work. I was like, but if you keep putting something every day, it was like, it'll
Hmm.
learn, and the quality of the content is more higher quality. So, yeah.
Yeah. Over time, like what I tell people along with what you said is it gives you what you give it, right? So if you write
Yeah.
a sentence, it's going to give you a sentence or two sentences. But if you give it a detailed paragraph on what you want, even a page, who knows? Like it can give you so much based on like what you give it. So you just really have to, like you said, take that time once a day to let me get inside of ChatGPT. Let me get inside of Google Bard. Let me just actually use it because like none of us are the master of these tools. We just happen
Yeah.
to been using them, over time. So I just encourage people to just really just try and get behind it and try to learn. So
Yeah.
um, one thing I hate when I'm watching AI podcasts and I'm just, hearing people talk about AI is they talk about all the best AI tools, the platforms, and just this, that. But I want to talk about some of the actual like use cases that you're using AI for in your day-to-day life, just so people can understand, like you said, what is some of the things that you would use AI on a day-to-day basis for?
Well, something that I just stumbled upon and I love it. I love it so much. It's called Cast Magic. It's a
Hmm.
software that's integrated AI into it, and it for podcasters or for even doctors who need to transcribe their notes. For
Hmm.
journalists who need um, to transcribe their audio files when they do an interview, or
Okay.
for any content creator. So sometimes people are more verbal people instead of like writing things down.
Yeah.
And so you hop on camera and you just spilling out stuff, because I knew a friend who was really great on camera, and everything he would say it live and it was great. But if you try to prep him before, like, it was hard. So he was more of the impromptu type of person. So that's great content. That's, you
Hmm.
can create so much from that, from blog posts to even articles to even an ebook. Some people who write, they record it and then they transcribe it. So that job may be going away very quickly, the transcriber job. So Cast Magic is the software. So you upload an audio. It can be an audio directly from your computer or from YouTube, but it will transcribe everything and it will do it in 3 minutes or less. And the accuracy is on point. And
Hmm.
not only that, these are show notes. It creates multiple things from this audio: show notes, summaries, and my favorite is social content. Um,
Hmm.
if you want to post this podcast on Twitter, it already summarized everything and it created a tweet for you so that you can
Wow.
just share it on Twitter with that recommended suggested tweet and the tags. It auto generates the tag. And it's really neat because it will pick up the differences in the voices. So you
Oh.
tell it this sentence, like, this is me, and then it'll align all the notes with your name. That's who you're speaking, and whoever your guest is this voice. So it's really
Wow,
smart, and that's my favorite one because
nice.
I have a boyfriend who is hearing impaired, so he has a cochlear implant, and sometimes
Mm,
he gets tired of wearing it, so
mm-hmm,
uh, likes the captions on when the TV is on.
mm-hmm,
He likes to read a lot, and so for a
mm,
podcast, that can be a barrier for someone
yeah,
who may not be able to hear. But
mm-hmm,
when your podcast is coupled with the notes, the transcription of it, it is such a great tool to be more inclusive to people who may not have the ability to listen. So,
mm-hmm.
Cast Magic, it's on point. That's
Nice,
my favorite
nice.
one. Another one is Curatoria, and what that does is that it is constantly scanning for the
Mm,
up to date news articles on a related subject. So, my
mm,
related subject that I put in there is AI. So, every day it will pop up and bring to me everything that related to that topic. And
mm.
it's also a social media sharing platform. If I want to, I can add a different picture. It'll auto generate a description of the article. It would already scan it and create a prompt for
Wow.
Facebook, for LinkedIn, for Twitter. And so if I want to post it as is, I'll go ahead and just share it. And so that those are, some things that AI has pleased me with recently.
Man, we got our AI plug here, Diana, man, just plugging us in with all the AI gems. I don't even got us talk about my AI that I got because Diana just gave us a whole bunch of homework to do on these tools, so we good. But no, um I'm gonna go to the basics, because we talking this advanced AI talk right now, but some people are still coming across Chat GBT and Google Bard for the first time. So like those two are my favorite thus far. And I've honestly been using Google Bard more daily just to get like how you said earlier. I use it to literally summarize the news in AI today, right? I use it to summarize the latest moves in the stock market today. I ask it stuff
Mm-hmm.
like, give me give me the best tips for social media currently. To like I like
Yeah.
to like just test it and like ask it different stuff. And ChatGPT, I know it's rolling out internet access to its free members as well. The paid members are able to browse ChatGPT with the internet, but Google Bard is completely free and you have access to the internet. So what I tell people today is like use a combination of ChatGPT and Google Bard because it's not ChatGPT versus Google Bard. It's how can I use both, together for different things, So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely like for my beginners, if you want to, take some baby steps and tiptoe in AI, ChatGPT, Google Bard, and we'll get the links and put them in the description for the tools that Diana the Goat listed. And thank you for sharing as well. She could have kept these gems to herself, but she did a shot to share them. So thank you, Diana the Goat. So I wanted to get your thoughts on the future of AI. What do you think? Well, it's kind of an interesting question because we're living in the future right now, right? I feel like this is like the
Mm-hmm.
most futuristic we could have ever thought, other than like the metaverse stuff. I don't feel like we've seen that yet. But like with AI, we're just doing so many different things, right? So when I talk about the future of AI, I mainly want to like know just your perspective on how do you think society will perceive AI in the future? Do you think we will eventually just, okay, let's all figure it out? Or do you think we're at that point where too many people are just, doing too many different things and it's going to be a huge divide?